Good afternoon and welcome to Jowl Lady Panther basketball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel, HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103. Today's game is brought to you by the Iron Horse Grill, Woolworth Community Library, Jowl Public Schools, Fulco Trucking, Mamacita's Restaurant, Panther Energy, and El Rinconito Enchilada. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiff, and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things and keeping the cats and the chainsaws juggled back at One Radio Square. So championship of the 7th annual Panther Invitational, the Lady Panthers taking on the Lady Steers of Magdalena. So should be an exciting game. Magdalena, one of the premier teams in Class 1A in the state. They come in with a 13-2 record, and they put a feather in their cap yesterday when they knocked off the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Even though it was the JV squad, that is still a feather for a 1A school to knock off a 5A school at any level, and they frustrated the Lady Eagles in that one and won by 10, 39-29. And so look for intense defense and a team that gets offense when they need to on the maroon side of the ball today, Dawn.
Well, Magdalena sounds like they've put together not only good girls but boys program as well. So that's pretty amazing for a 1A to manage to be that skilled and to come into this tournament and manage that. So that's, as you said, a feather in the cap, but that's pretty amazing. Speaking of feathers in the cap, we just watched Hobbs JV boys win this tournament over Magdalena.
They did, and so congratulations to the Hobbs JV boys. And so at least a little good news today for the Hobbs boys program. The varsity losing the 11th place game up at the APS earlier to 4A Hope Christian in kind of a tough game, kind of what turned into a tough road trip to Albuquerque for the Hobbs boys, going 1-3 in that tournament. Something tells me Coach Ross will get it turned around.
Oh, you bet. You know, they did well in the Hobbs Holiday Invitational tournament, so the Metro just proved to be a big buzzsaw. But you know, down here we've got tournaments and basketball going on all over the place and all over the state, both ends. So good to be here at the Jowl Panther Invitational, and that was a fairly close game. I think there ended up being about a 7, 8, 9 point win. Something difference on that 9 points. Okay, 9-point difference.
47-38 the final.
Yeah, on that Hobbs JV game. Yeah, on their win. So yeah, congrats. But we're here with the Jowl girls in our sights today, and you have seen them in action in this tournament twice, TJ.
Well, they have, and of course getting the big victory yesterday over an outgunned Cloudcroft Lady Bears team, a 70-42 shellacking in that one, and really it probably could have been 172-42 if the Jowl girls had everything work, and they forced in that game, let's see, that is 44 turnovers, and they only converted probably on about 5 of them. So, you know, for Jowl today, I know they're going to continue to try and play very tight, tough defense, but they have to convert in the transition off of the turnovers. They didn't do, I mean, I'm nitpicking here. They still scored 70 yesterday, but too many times they just kind of short-armed, didn't finish their wide-open layups all by themselves under the basket and just did not finish. Or like I said, it could have been 172-42, and you know, so I think that's going to be the key word today for the Lady Panthers. The defense has been clicking the whole time. It's just finish in the transition.
All right, so sounds like they're doing what they need to do. The transitions, making sure, you know, making the turnover. That's the difficult part usually, right? Is the turnover itself. But you have to capitalize on it. In other words, it's an empty possession, and why go to the bother of stealing a ball, forcing a transition, good defensive pressure to get the ball in your control and have a look and an opportunity to score, and you waste it, you let it go for whatever, for lack of finishing, for for whatever reason. You don't want that to happen. If you're against a good enough opponent, that can mean the difference in the game. So that is something to fix, and it didn't affect the outcome yesterday, but against this team maybe today.
Yep, could be. And two players yesterday in double figures, with Natalia Rivera chipping in 19 points in the win. She led all scorers against the Cloudcroft Lady Bears. Mayrin Nieto with 10 in the ball game. She also had 8 rebounds to go along with that. Oh, I missed one. Caden Lujan also had 12 points in that ball game. Another little oopsie, and again, I'm nitpicking here, but against a much better more talented squad, this could come back to bite you. Free throws. Yesterday, and it was the same in round one with the Lady Panthers, but in yesterday's game against Cloudcroft, the Lady Panthers went 11 of 27 from the free throw line.
Ouch, ouch. Yeah, that's a bad statistic. And again, the outcome of the game, they still got the win. That's not a problem. It's that if you are executing in that same manner in a team that's that's better, then that is going to be something that can change the outcome of the game. It's a huge thing, and you want to work on that. Those free throws, that's something that coaches will tell you, that's a skill that you can practice all by yourself every day, wherever you are. The thing is, all the hoops, the environments are a little bit different, and but getting that skill down, that's something that every girl can practice by herself. You don't need a team. You don't need a team practice to get better and to get more consistent at free throws. So there's a reason why they say free. It's a free point if you can get it, or two.
Well, it is, and leaving 16 points on the table against a team like Magdalena, that is not going to go too good for you at the end of the day. So getting ready for this one, the championship of the 7th annual Lady Panther Invitational, a double Panther, or a Panther doubleheader, I should say, here today. Of course, immediately following this game, immediately following, about 15 minutes after the completion of this one, the Jowl boys will be taking on New Mexico Military in the third place game. And of course, we'll have that for you. Jowl Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103. So that'll be coming up immediately following this one. But from here at the Panther Invitational, it's really not a doubleheader. It's a 4-pack today as it got started earlier this afternoon over in the back gym with the Eunice Cardinals playing in the 7th place game against the Midland, Texas Leadership Charter Academy. And yes, that is a mouthful. And the Cardinals finally getting in the win column here at the Panther Invitational in that one. They started slow, but just overwhelmed MTCLA at the end, I think winning by about 20 points in that one. The Eunice girls going to be starting up here in just a few minutes against the Hobbs. I believe they're playing the Hobbs girls in the back gym here in just a little while. Or they may be playing Cloudcroft. I'll have to look. I just set them up and make the schedules. I don't really pay all that much attention.
Have to remember all of that. Well, there are a lot of games. I mean, even in this one tournament, when you've got Jowl girls and boys, Eunice girls and boys, we got a lot of and then you have Hobbs, JV girls and boys.
Mesilla Valley.
We got a lot of Lee County teams to keep up with here in this one tournament.
We do, and of course, we've got the Hobbs boys and girls up at the APS Metro today, and the Tatum boys are at home as they are facing off against Dexter. So, yeah, we had 7 games on Friday, 7 games on Thursday, 21 games in the last 3 days. We've been just a little bit busy. So the teams have finished their warm-ups and have headed back over to their benches for final instructions as we get ready for the introduction of the teams. We will be back with the tip-off, the starting lineup in the tip-off right after this. This is Jowl Lady Panther basketball here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jowl Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
The staff of the Jowl Public School District is proud of their Jowl Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jowl schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jowl Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jowl Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics. In a small town like Jal, New Mexico, it's great to know that families, businesses, co-workers, and kids all take pride in their school and community, just like they do at Fulco Trucking. Owners Rowdy and Bridget are proud of their Jal Panthers, and they wish them great success today and in all future adventures. Fulco Trucking, your source for water hauling and steam washing. Call 575-395-3178. Fulco Trucking, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jal Panthers and proud of all the Jal students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jal, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. And back here at Panther Gym, getting ready for the start of the Girls Panther Invitational Championship. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. Starting five on the floor for the 13-2 Magdalena Steers under Sarah Sue Olney. Their starters will be number 2, Gemma Ganadonegro. I will mangle that a couple of times. I am sorry in advance. Number 5, Elliot Cleveland. Number 10, Nicole Torres. Number 12, Winona Apachito, thank you.
Apachito.
And number 23, Jewel Mirabal. For the Lady Panthers under head coach Gary Simmons, number 1, Mayrin Nieto. Number 2, Natalia Rivera. Number 4, Charisma Rodriguez. Number 12, Caden Lujan. And number 21, Abigail Darden. Lady Panthers in the home whites with the blue letters and numbers gold trim. The Lady Steers of Magdalena in the road black with the white letters and numbers and the maroon trim. And here we go as Nieto wins the toss and gets it into the hands of Lujan. So it'll be Jal basketball first championship game here in the Panther Invitational. As Darden moves it around, they'll swing it around. Get it to Lujan over on the right side. She is quickly picked up. Around to Rodriguez, push it over. Darden for a long 2. That one is up no good, and off of the tip, it'll be controlled by Torres for Magdalena. 30 seconds gone in this one, no score. To the front court come the Lady Steers. Bouncing into the right corner. Wide open look at 3, and that one is off the mark for Apachito. And the rebound made by Lujan. Aiden will bring it back down. Hippity-hop through the lane, leans it in, fires, and is going to pull the foul. They're going to get her for the charge. Her first personal, first team foul on the Lady Panthers. And so give it back to Magdalena.
And we have stoppage for shoelace tying. You know, soon I think we're going to have slip-ons everywhere.
I think so.
Or slip-ins, I think is what they call them.
Yeah, maybe. Nike doesn't make them yet, though. So, and that'll be a steal. And so the Lady Panthers get the first turnover. Rodriguez goes coast to coast and lays it up and in. Charisma Rodriguez off the steal, transitions it to the bucket on the left side. And Jal takes the early 2-0 lead. Back down come the Lady Steers of Magdalena, crossing into the front court. Canada Negro, and she'll toss it over into the left corner for Mirabal. Mirabal, the little head fake, she'll take it in, and she'll get it right back. Puts up the 5-foot floater, no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by the Lady Panthers. That was Rivera with her first board of the ball game. Leave it off for Lujan, who puts it between the rings and brings it near side to Darden. Darden gets it back, and they will move it around. Over to Lujan, thinks about the 3, getting to her quickly was Torres. They'll move it back around to Rodriguez. And then into the middle, that one tipped, almost stolen away. Lujan winds up with it, bounces it through the back door, coming up, missing the point-blank layup and knocked away. And again, you had the look. You've got to finish, and they did not. No rebound, back over to Magdalena.
And that is going to be number 5. That's Elliott Cleveland, who will inbound just to the right of the basket. Good defensive
Cleveland
pressure by
pushes
Jow.
it in as Bruton will check in for Magdalena. She'll cross over going against Lujan, takes it into the front court, goes all the way to the left baseline, puts up a wild shot. No good. Ball bouncing on the floor, and it'll be Mirabal who winds up with it. Feeds it out to Cleveland. She'll get it back to Mirabal, goes right lane, and she's fouled. She'll head to the line, and they will call the foul on Darden. That'll be her first personal, second team foul on the Lady Panthers, and Mirabal heads to the line to shoot 2. First one up for Mirabal, and that one is no good. Of course, the Mirabals are basically coaching and playing legends over in the western part of the state. Longtime coaches and players there in Magdalena. Second one up and no good. And the long rebound fighting for it. Darden will come away with it, her first. She transitions it down the court, gets it into the middle, and that one going to be swatted away from Nieto. First turnover, actually second turnover for the Lady Panthers. Moving it back down is going to be Cleveland for Magdalena. Handed it off to Torres, and then to Bruton, and then another steal, and coming back the other way, the Lady Panthers as Nieto misses the point blanker, and it'll be Mirabal with her second rebound again. It's finish, finish, finish. That is 2 they've come up empty on. And to the top of the arc, a 3 ball up, and that one off the front of the iron. No good. Ball loose on the court and finally popped out, and it'll wind up being controlled by Lujan. Lujan feeds it forward to Rivera. Her shot no good. Nieto gets the rebound, and she'll be fouled.
You know, Jow's moving well. They're anticipating, they're rebounding, they're doing everything except finishing their shots. I mean, that's again, they're up on the board 2-0. You can't argue with that, but they're doing a good job in a lot of areas and looking good. They just need to be scoring more.
Nieto at the line, eyes the first, puts it up and through the bottom of the strings.
Nice.
So 3-0 in favor of the Lady Panthers. 5:16 remaining here in the first. Subs coming in for Coach Olney. As Nieto at the line, made the first, eyes the second. Does the bounce, puts it up, and nothing but the bottom of the net. 4-0, the Lady Panthers in the lead, going with a little full court pressure. Canada Negro takes it into the front court, then into the corner with Mirabal. Mirabal cycles it around. They'll work the movement into Ganabonegro for 3, and that one is down. Ganabonegro with the 3 ball, and it is 4-3 in favor of Jow. They have left that shooter open every time down the floor. Got to be aware of it. Trying to get it into the middle. That one is going to be swatted away. Third turnover for the Lady Panthers. Lady Steers come back.
Yep, that's Cleveland.
Magdalena weaves through, loses the ball, but right into the hands of Bruton, and the rebound made by Rivera. Feed it forward to Rodriguez. Almost travels now over to Darden for 3. That one too hard off the iron, and Bruton with the rebound, her first. She'll keep it herself. Rodriguez tries to sneak up behind her and pick the pocket. So Torres and Cleveland. Cleveland hands it back off to Canada Negro. Then over to Bruton, left wing for 3. That one will be short and off the mark. And the rebound by Cleveland, her first. Give it to Bruton on the backdoor cut. Her shot up, no good. She will get the rebound and the putback. 2 rebounds and a putback, and now 5-4 in favor of Magdalena. And timeout taken by Coach Gary Simmons. I do believe it's going to be just a 30. It is, so we will keep it right here with 4:03 remaining here in the first. Say a big thank you to our friends at Iron Horse Sports Grill, Woolworth Community Library, Jow Municipal Schools, Fulco Trucking, Mamacita's Restaurant, Panther Energy, and El Rinconito Enchilada are great sponsors for Jow Panther basketball. So 5-4, I should say, our score right now. Jow came out looking good. They forced 2 quick turnovers, but only capitalized on one of them. And again, not finishing shots, even though they've had a couple of wide open looks.
Nope, good transitions though, good positioning, great defense. They're doing a lot of things well and playing well here early on, and I'm sure they'll get that lead back. They need to. Can't dig themselves in a hole, even by 1 point. You got to answer that.
Out of the Lady Panther timeout, Rodriguez gets it to the free throw line, then toss it around as Lujan for 3. That one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound goes out. Last touched by Darden, who flashed through but not able to control it. And so another empty possession early for the Jow Lady Panthers. Ganabonegro gets it on the inbound. And she'll bring it far side to Neer. Working against Darden as she crosses the timeline. Over on the far sideline, gets a little room, takes it over, gets it into the middle to Mirabal, then swatted away by Rodriguez, who tries to save it, and will, and so it'll be the third turnover for Magdalena. Give it back to the Lady Panthers, and flashing through. Nieto, shot up, no good, and it'll be the third rebound for Lujan. Lujan will cycle it out and around. Jowl trails by a point, 5-4. Darden pushing it in. Get it to the back side, and then a reverse layup, no good, and it'll be the third rebound for Bruton. So another empty possession as back down comes Magdalena. Flashing it out. 3-ball up and on the way by Apachito. No good, and Lujan has her fourth board of the first quarter. Push it forward. Get it to Nieto. She'll take it in and count the bucket and the foul.
Wow, all right. And that was good movement. Nice assist there by Lujan as well. So really nice. So nice work by Jowl. And it ended up with a bucket and a foul. Chance for the three the old-fashioned way right here.
Yes, it is, as they will flash that one up on Apachito. Her first personal, second team foul on the Magdalena Lady Steers, and it'll put Nieto at the line for the and one. 6-5 Lady Panthers in the lead, and the and one to come. Into the knees, Nieto puts it up, and nothing but the bottom of the net. She's got 5 to lead the Lady Panthers. 7-5 our score. Jowl in the lead. Now a little backcourt pressure. Bruton will get the ball and cross the timeline where Rodriguez is all over her like a cheap shirt. 2 number 4s going at it like a couple of Wolverines, and Rodriguez getting too close and getting tacked for the foul. Her first personal, third team foul on the Lady Panthers.
But on the floor, and Cleveland will inbound for Magdalena.
Hits it into Bruton as Rodriguez will pick her up. Bruton flashes it over to Gabardinegro between the rings, giving her a little bit of space. Then over and flashing through, putting up a shot, no good, is Cleveland, but she's fouled. She'll head to the line for 2. I think they're going to attack Rivera for that one, and yes, they will. That'll be her first personal. 4th team foul on the Lady Panthers, and Torres heads to the line for 2.
So a pretty fast-moving first quarter.
We've got Cleveland at the line for 2.
We've got 2:45 left to play in this first.
Cleveland gets her first one to go down. So now 7-6, Lady Panthers in the lead. So Cleveland made the first, she will eye the second. And it is up and it is down, and we are tied at 7 apiece in the championship game here of the Lady Panther Invitational. Lujan to the front court as Navarrete prepares to check in for the Lady Panthers. Rodriguez tossing it out to Lujan. Lujan to Lujan. The sisters out there for the Lady Panthers. Long cross-court pass. Ayton with it. Now around to Rodriguez. Rodriguez going to back it up just a little bit, looking for some room against Vicente, who just checked in. Vicente swats that one away and out. It'll stay Lady Panther basketball.
As we've got some subs coming in.
Coming out as Navarrete comes in.
Yep.
Ramirez in, Butts in. So the only starter that's still out on the floor now is Nieto.
Yeah, and Rivera comes out.
On the inbound, Navarrete will flip it in to Ramirez back at the timeline. Comes near side to Lujan, that's Peyton. And move it around again to Navarrete, now to Nieto. Bobbles it a little bit, working against Cleveland. Tossing around to Jonna Butts. She had 8 points and 9 rebounds in yesterday's game. Butts flashes it around, winds up in the hands. Finally of Jowl, but then it'll go into the backcourt and out. So the backcourt violation, that'll be 4 turnovers now for the Jowl Lady Panthers. 1:59 remaining here in the first quarter. All tied up at 7 as Torres will check in for Gabardinegro. I haven't mangled that too awfully, I hope.
You could just say G.
I could.
Jenna G. Jimmy G.
That may be what I wind up doing. So Torres with it. They will cycle it around with Cleveland. Cleveland top of the arc with Lujan on her pretty tight. Moving it around, and then they'll wind it to Mirabal, right wing for 3. That one is up and down, no good. Rebound made by Magdalena, and then the foul. They're going to get Vicente for the rebound, and then they are going to tag the Lady Panthers with Nieto, her first personal, 5th team foul. So for the last 1:43 of this first, it will be free throw time for Magdalena. Yeah. First shot is up and down for Vicente. That's her first point of the ball game and gives Magdalena the lead back 8-7.
Clock ticking down, 1:43 left in the first now.
Second one is up and it is good. So now 9-7 in favor of Magdalena as they send some reinforcements in. As Mirabal and Bruton are out. Gabanegro and Mirabal back in. So Ramirez runs the point, takes it into the front court, gets it to Nieto on the near side. They'll toss it around to Jonna Butts, getting to her quickly, Gabanegro bouncing it over, and then we'll have a foul away from the basketball on the pass. And they are going to call actually an offensive foul on Jal. He said white 12. Our 12's not out there. Theirs is. So Apachito will pick up her second personal. Just the third team foul on Magdalena.
And she'll come out and Mirabal will go in.
Ramirez will flash it into Nieto. Work it around to Navarrete. Lady Panthers trailing by a bucket with 1:28 to go. And Nieto into the middle, loses the handle on the basketball. Fifth turnover for the Lady Panthers.
Cleveland with a steal.
And give it off to Jenna G. She'll cycle it back around. Into Mirabal between the rings. Butts gives her a little bit of space. They flash it over to Vicente, who hands it off to Cleveland.
Oh,
Cleveland
good
on the
pass.
bounce on the give and go, the fall away.
Oh.
Gabanegro, and that one's good. She's got 5 in the ball game. And the Lady Panthers trail by 4. Ties the biggest lead for either team in the contest.
Yep, credit where credit's due. Some good work down there by Magdalena. But Jal's got some moves today, too.
They'll toss it out. They'll work it around to Lujan. Thinks about the 3. They get to her quickly. Toss it to Butts, then back out. Lujan, 3.
Oh.
NBA off the glass and bang.
Just
Peyton
like
Lujan drains the tray. 1-point ball game. 11-10 with 35 seconds to go. Magdalena in the lead. Onto the back baseline. Then they'll bounce it back out. Gabanegro. And then they'll call the double dribble on. Nope, they're going to call.
I think they're going to
call 2 hands. It'll be a 2-hand defense. I'm not sure I've actually ever seen that called, at least not in a long, long time.
Okay.
And so it will be on the Lady Panthers as they're going to
Navarrete.
that one on Navarrete. That'll be her first, and it will bring up free throws for Gabanegro. She's got 5. This is her first trip to the line, and she makes the first. Now she's got 6, leads all scores. 12-10, 27 seconds to go in a fast-moving first quarter. Coach Simmons wants an explanation on that call. I'm like him, I hadn't seen that one called in a long time. The shot, no good, and the rebound by Navarrete. That'll be her first. She'll leave it off as Nieto into the front court where she immediately leaves it off for Ramirez. To Navarrete, push it back to Lujan between the rings to Navarrete. Navarrete pushing it to Butts, deep right corner, picking her up quickly as Torres, and then another bad pass, another backcourt violation for the Lady Panthers. That'll be their 6th turnover. Ouch.
Yeah, a couple of throwaways there where you're just giving Magdalena a chance, to make some points here. So Jal just work on getting it back.
So the inbound will come into Gabanegro. She gets a little pick from Torres. She'll take it to the left baseline, put up a wild scoop shot at the buzzer, no good. And we have played a quarter from here at the Panther Invitational. Jal trailing by a score of 12-10 to Magdalena. We'll be back for the second quarter right after this. Jal Lady Panther basketball continues. Jal Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103.
¿Antojo de un sabor auténtico? Ven a probar lo mejor en el Rinconcito Enchilado en Ya Nuevo México, anexo a la oficina del correo. Deleítate con sus ricas quesibirrias, tacos, de tripitas y variedad de guisos, hasta flautas ahogadas, chile rellenos, al pastor, carne asada, delicioso asado, chile verde y hasta papas fritas con brisket barbecue. Todos los domingos, rico menudo. Abrimos de lunes a viernes de 6 de la mañana a 3 de la tarde y domingos de 6 de la mañana a 2 de la tarde. Sábados cerrados. Te esperamos en el Rinconcito Enchilado, donde cada bocado sabe a casa. Llámanos al 575-395-3449. Los esperamos. Buen provecho.
And welcome back to Jal Lady Panther basketball here at the Panther Invitational. We've played a quarter in the championship game, and the Lady Panthers trailing Magdalena 12-10. I'm TJ Miracle alongside Dawn Morgan, Tiffany Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Gabanegro will take the inbound, and we are back underway. To Bruton in the right wing, now out top of the arc to Mirabal as Nieto picks her up quickly. They'll bounce it to Torres. She'll flash it back out. Gabanegro moves it, loses it on the floor into
nice
the middle,
hustle.
and that'll be the 4th turnover for Magdalena.
Good work by Lujan there.
Yes, it was. So
Did it cleanly.
Coming back down for the Lady Panthers. Rodriguez, they'll flash it around to Lujan. She goes in against Bruton, but runs into Mirabal. Needs some help. Just has to toss a desperation pass out. And a 3-ball up and no good by Darden. Chasing down the rebound will be Nieto. That'll be her second. They try and trap her up. She'll push it out. Then she'll get it right back. Flashes to the hoop and rattles it home.
What a great give and go with a nice assist there by Rivera.
7 points in the ballgame. For Nieto leads the Jowl Lady Panthers, and we are tied at 12. 1 minute gone here in the second. Bruton to the front court with Rodriguez, on her. Loses the ball, but Torres there to save it. To Mirabal. She'll leave in and leave it off to Cleveland. Goes into the high post, gets stripped out. Ball loose on the court, and the Lady Panthers will force the 5th turnover on Magdalena. To the front court, push it over to Darden. Darden works it around Nieto, who leaves it off for Lujan, then flashing back out. That's to Rodriguez. Then another bad pass. Everybody out of position, and that'll be the 7th turnover. That's the 3rd time the Lady Panthers have thrown it back to the timeline and nobody home.
It is, and this game is too close, too tight to give away opportunities for points. They haven't given away the points yet, but it's too tight to do that. So just some sloppiness they got to work on. They're doing a lot of things well, though.
All tied at 12 with 6.5 remaining here in the first half. Mirabal picks up the dribble with Nieto on her very tight. She'll bounce it back to Torres, who will cycle it around. Magdalena, she'll slide in on the left lane, put up a shot, no good, and she's fouled. I think they're going to get Lujan for that one, but we will see for sure. Actually, they're going to get Nieto for it. That'll be her second personal. First team foul in the quarter, and Magdalena at the line for 2. 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. She's got 6 on the board, half of them for Magdalena, and make it 7. And Magdalena back up 13-12.
And we have a substitute coming in and a little shifting around. 4 and 10 in the blocks now. Bruton and Torres for Magdalena.
Second one up, and it is down for Magdalena. That'll be 8 points in the books for her. And up to a 1-bucket lead for the Lady Steers of Magdalena. And yes, I know it is actually impossible for there to be a Lady Steer. As Bangaman back the other way and putting a shot up, no good, is Rivera, but she's going to be fouled. And they are going to whistle that one on Magdalena. That'll be her first personal. First team foul on Magdalena. And yes, I went to a high school that had steers and lady steers.
You know firsthand from growing up.
I was a Big Spring steer.
Right.
And yes, I have heard all the jokes. And yes, it is biologically impossible to have a lady steer. They decided they would rather be the lady steers when I was in school instead of
a heifer, I think, was it?
They were called the steer queens.
Steer queens, okay.
And the shot up, no good. And the free throw shooting woes continue as Cleveland will make the rebound. She'll toss it under to a wide open Torres, who flashes it up off the glass, but her shot no good. And Nieto will have her 3rd rebound of the ball game. Nieto down the floor, takes it coast to coast off the glass,
beautiful.
And up and in.
Talk about a nice play and making points off of a great rebound. That's terrific.
And we are tied at 14 apiece with 5:45 remaining in the first half. Magdalena to the front court for the Lady Steers. Gets a little pick and then slides it around. She'll have to give it off to Cleveland. Getting to her quickly is Darden. Working it around to Mirabal, then into the corner to Magdalena. Goes behind the back, is giving her a little room is Lujan. She'll have to get it around to Torres. Aaron picks her up quickly. A little push off, no call. Right there in front of the ref. He must have seen no problems there. Now to Bruton. And she's going to flash off on Rivera. Bruton will toss it over. Mirabal with it, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Olney. 5:10 remaining here in the first half. Let's see if it is a full or a 30. It'll just be a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thank you to Woolworth Community Library, Fulco Trucking, El Rinconito Enchilada, Panther Energy, Mamacitas, the Jowl Schools, and the Iron Horse Sports Grill, making Panther and Lady Panther athletics possible here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103. Of course, this is the first of a Jowl Lady Panther doubleheader today. Immediately following this one, it'll be the Panthers versus the Colts of New Mexico Military for the 3rd place trophy in this one. I don't know if they actually have a trophy for 3rd place in this. We know the winner gets a wrestling belt.
A belt. And any WWE champion would be proud to wear.
I would
We
think
saw
so.
that in the.
It does look a bit like the 90s era Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, okay.
And the fact
You
that I
would
know that actually bothers me just a bit.
Bothers you.
It's kind of that's true. You're married to me, so yes, it's actually kind of an oval with blue in it.
There is a TNA event coming up soon in Lubbock that you might have tickets for that I don't know about.
I believe that stands for Total Nonstop Action, by the way.
Right.
And the fact I know that scares me too.
Even more. Back to basketball.
Yes, indeed. And we'll have a foul called as flashing through, trying to split the traffic there was Cleveland, but she's going to pick up the foul. Is it going to be on Darden or is it going to be on Lujan? That's the question. They'll whistle it on Lujan, her second personal, second team foul, and Cleveland at the line where she is 2 for 2. 14 all our score, 4:52 remaining, and the first one is up and down. Cleveland 3 points all from the line as Vicente comes in for Torres. So you've got Bruton, Gabonegro,
They're going to shift
Cleveland,
Ganadinegro and Bruton into the blocks.
shot up, and that one is no good, and Jonna Butts will get the rebound.
Nice rebound by her.
And they'll feed it forward to Rivera, and tosses it, trying to get Rodriguez coming up the left lane, but too hard and out of reach. Turnover number 9 for the Lady Panthers.
I like the intention, though. The speed, the quickness on that transition, it was great.
Flash it into Gabonegro under backcourt pressure from Lujan. She'll get it to Bruton, who makes a little move to get it into the front court. Takes it to the elbow, goes hard to the turf. Then back around. Gabonegro with it. Works against Lujan. Flashes in, puts up the wild shot. No good, and it'll be another rebound for Butts, her second. Then we are going to have a foul called on the rebound. They're going to get Mirabal for her second personal. Second team foul in the quarter on Magdalena.
And Jonna Butts coming off the bench, doing some good work on the boards for Jowl in this game.
She is probably their toughest glass cleaner, if you will. Not that any of them are particularly poor at it. Not a dangerous pass, but Lujan winds up with it, working against Cleveland. Then onto the floor to Darden, into the corner. Rodriguez goes on the left baseline, and she's going to draw contact with Mirabal. As Coach Olney not happy about it, as Mirabal's picked up 2 quick personals. That's her third personal. Mirabal comes out. Going in her place, Winona Apachito back in. She plays with 2 fouls. He is on the floor. Charisma Rodriguez to inbound it. Pushes it into Darden, out in the slot. She'll cycle it around, then come near side. They'll get it to Rodriguez, then try and push it into Butts, and Butts somehow gets to it.
Whoa.
And then she'll put up a nifty little floater from the left base, and good.
Nice little left-handed floater, as you said.
16-15 in favor of the Lady Panthers. They retake the lead here in this championship game against Magdalena at the Panther Invitational. Cleveland has it between the rings, giving her a little bit of space out there is Darden. Flash it around to Apachito. Out of Gabonegro, WNBA distance 3 and oof from the left wing. Gabonegro now with 11 in the ball game, paces everybody, and it's 18-16 in favor of Magdalena.
Credit where credit's due. Ripped a nice shot there.
Yes, she did. Down the baseline, Rivera puts up, gets blocked, and so it'll wind up as a turnover for the Lady Panthers, but they turn it right back over. They're back on the offense, and they're going to get Apachito for the foul, I've got to think, on Rivera. Nope, actually they're going to call it on Cleveland, her first personal. 4th team foul.
And Cleveland picked off the first turnover, and then Caden Lujan picked it right back off.
Itzel Ramirez will wait and check in for the Lady Panthers. So Ramirez will come in. Let's see who she goes in for. She'll take the place of Lujan. As Caden will come off and take a bit of a breather with 3:20 remaining in the first half. So Lady Panther basketball, as they'll bounce it into Butts, and she leans into Bruton, and they'll get Bruton for the foul. Jonna will go to the line for 2, and that will put Jowl in the bonus. Free throws have kind of been one of their problems here at the tournament, but now it becomes a free throw shooting contest if you're the Lady Panthers. At least for 3+ minutes, and Butts will short arm that one. And the score is still 18-16 in favor of Magdalena.
Got 3:17 left to play in the second quarter.
Butts toes the line, puts up the second one, and that one is going to be short. And that one going to be batted and battered around, and that'll be Bruton with her 4th rebound, I should say. Move it forward, bounce it to Apachito, bouncing it right back out to Gabonegro, back to Apachito, and she'll take it off the left glass with the right hand. Apachito's first bucket of the ball game. And it's now 20-16, back to a 4-point lead. That's the biggest lead either team has had. Butts under pressure, gets it to it. And then it'll come in, and we will have a foul called. That'll be on Apachito as Rivera driving in on the right baseline. So Apachito going to get tagged for her third personal. And at the free throw line, Rivera, where she is 0 of 2. Apachito going to have to come out. Nicole Torres coming back in for Magdalena. Oh, at the line, Rivera puts that one up, and it's too hard. No good. Apachito out. Torres back in. Got Torres and Vicente on the front lines. Cleveland and Bruton next. Also out there is Gabotanegro. Second one is up for Rivera, and finally gets one to go. Natalia's first points of the ball game. And it's now 20-17. 3-point Magdalena lead. A back and forth affair. Magdalena has been on the right side of the scoreboard for much of this game, though. Get it to Bruton. And then she'll toss it out. Torres. Rodriguez going for the ball. Back to Bruton and then up and under. And Rodriguez or Ramirez, that's the question. They're going to call the hack there. And I think they're going to get, are they going to get Butts on that one? Well, they're going to get Jana for that one. I didn't even see her in the picture. But all right, that'll be her first personal. Third team foul. Bruton at the line for 2, and that one is no good. Bruton still with 2 points, still 20-17.
You have Clark. Yeah, you have Clark going in the backcourt, and I didn't see who came out. Actually, I think maybe that was Anderson who came out.
So you've got Nieto and Lujan back in for the Lady Panthers. Second shot on the way for Bruton, and that one is no good. And the rebound going to be made by Rivera. She rips down her third board.
Yeah, good one.
Lujan cycles to get it across the timeline. Uses up the dribble to Darden. Now into the deep left corner. They'll work it back around. Lujan, deep right slot for 3. It's an air ball and out. That one was beyond WNBA distance. Might ought to think about coming a little closer in on that one and give it back to Magdalena. Since that one didn't touch anything, it'll actually turn into a 10th turnover for the Lady Panthers. Gabotanegro gets a little pick there from Clark. And on the give and go, Gabotanegro with it back, tosses it into the middle, trying to get it into the hands of Clark. It is loose on the floor, and they're going to call jump ball. It'll be Jow basketball.
That was
good
nice.
Hustle.
Yeah, good hustle. Nice work by Rodriguez to be there and then to fight for that ball. Hang on to it long enough to give Jowl possession. A chance to cut this 4-point lead by Magdalena as
Actually,
time.
3-point.
3-point, yeah, 3 points. And as they tick toward halftime.
So a bad pass. Bruton knocks that one away as they were trying to get Rivera in the deep right corner. Stays Jowl basketball. But an entertaining and quick moving affair here at Panther Gym.
Yeah, we've just been playing basketball for about half an hour here.
Yeah, and hadn't been playing for long. So Darden off the inbound, flashes around to Lujan. She'll come near side to Rodriguez. And another long cross-court pass. Darden with it, backs it up, and they'll try and trap her up. To Nieto in the left block. She tries a pass, bounces off a Magdalena player and back to her. Now they'll back it back around to Rodriguez. Charisma's shot is up, no good, and it'll be Bruton with her 5th rebound of the ball game. Pushing it back down are the Lady Steers. Gabotanegro on the far sideline. Works against Lujan. Spins at the left elbow, tosses out to Clark, who has trouble controlling it, and then they are going to call, wow, tic-tac on Mayron Nieto, her 3rd personal. 4th foul on the Lady Panthers as Butts will come back in for her. So it'll stay Magdalena basketball with Cleveland inbounding it to Gabotanegro. Takes it from the left to the right. Now she'll flash in through the left lane, put up a wild shot high off the glass, no good, and it'll be Rivera who has her 4th board of the ball game. Good job by Rivera to fight through that.
Nice job.
Yes, it was. Took it off the tip. So Lujan runs the point to Darden. Into the front court on the Panther Pride logo. Bouncing it to the right elbow. And trying to get Butts flashing into the post. And too hard. 11th turnover for the Lady Panthers.
Again, got to admire the intention there and everybody in the right place. It just, again, execution just not quite there. But, man, they've got the mechanics of it all down.
20-17 the score in favor of Magdalena. 46 seconds remaining here in the half as Peyton Lujan and Navarrete.
Yeah.
And Navarrete check in for the Lady Panthers.
Darden comes out.
So to the front court with Bruton to Cleveland. Cleveland works against Lujan, and she'll flash it over near side to Vicente, to Bruton in front of the Jowl bench. Working it around with 29 seconds to go, a 3-point Magdalena lead. A little hesitation move by Cleveland, then tossing it over. Gabardinegro cycles right to left and then back to Cleveland. She'll run through the lane, put up a wild shot, bounces around, no good, and off of the tip, it'll be Vicente who controls the rebound. 8 seconds left to go as Cleveland flashing it to Bruton. Back to Cleveland. Cleveland drives in through the right block, and a shot no good, and she's fouled with 1.3 seconds to go. They'll tag Rivera for her second personal, 5th team foul. Not that it really matters at this point other than just fouls in the scorebook. And so at the line, that will be Cleveland to shoot 2. She's 3 of 4 from the stripe. 3-point Magdalena lead, and still a 3-point Magdalena lead. Both teams having a little trouble from the stripe here this afternoon. So Cleveland misses the first, eyes the second, puts it up, and that one is good. Back to a 4-point lead for Cleveland as they'll just hold it at the buzzer. And we head to the half. The Magdalena Lady Steers 20, the Jowl Lady Panthers 17. We'll take a timeout, come back with your Lady Panther halftime report. Jowl Lady Panther basketball continues here on Jowl Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jowl Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
The staff of the Jowl Public School District is proud of their Jowl Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jowl schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jowl Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jowl Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics. In a small town like Jowl, New Mexico, it's great to know that families, businesses, co-workers, and kids all take pride in their school and community, just like they do at Fulco Trucking. Owners Rowdy and Bridget are proud of their Jowl Panthers, and they wish them great success today and in all future adventures. Fulco Trucking, your source for water hauling and steam washing. Call 575-395-3178. Fulco Trucking, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics. Mamacitas in Jowl has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jowl, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jowl, is a proud supporter of the Jowl community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
¿Antojo de un sabor auténtico? Ven a probar lo mejor en el Rinconcito Enchilado, en Ya Nuevo México, anexo a la oficina del correo. Deleítate con sus ricas quesibirrias, tacos, de tripitas y variedad de guisos, hasta flautas ahogadas, chile rellenos, al pastor, carne asada, delicioso asado, chile verde y hasta papas fritas con brisket barbecue. Todos los domingos, rico menudo. Abrimos de lunes a viernes de 6 de la mañana a 3 de la tarde y domingos de 6 de la mañana a 2 de la tarde. Sábados cerrados. Te esperamos en el Rinconcito Enchilado, donde cada bocado sabe a casa. Llámanos al 575-395-3449. Los esperamos. Buen provecho.
And back here at Panther Gym, it is the championship round of the 7th annual Jowl Panther Invitational. The girls division right now, Magdalena in front of Jowl. An exciting first half, though. 20-17 is our score. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle taking a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. The Gemma Ganadinegro show, as she led everybody with 11 points. In that first half, you got Elia Cleveland with 4 points, then 2 points for Lanisha Vicente, 2 points for Callie Bruton, and 2 points for Winona Apachito. That is all the scoring for Magdalena. They had a little trouble from the free throw line, just slightly over 50%. They go 9 of 16 from the stripe. Bruton, the leading rebounder for the Lady Steers, she had 5. They had 12 rebounds as a team. 7 turnovers in the first half for Magdalena. They get 12 points in the first, 8 in the second. That's how they put their 20 on the board. Turning the page for your Jowl Lady Panthers. Mayra Nieto leads the charge for the blue and gold. She had 9 points in the first half. Unfortunately, she also had 3 penalties, 3 fouls too, so something to be aware of second half. Then Peyton Lujan with 3 points, 2 points for Jonna Butts, 2 points for Charisma Rodriguez, and a point for Natalia Rivera. 15 rebounds as a team for the Lady Panthers, led by Lujan and Rivera, each with 4 boards. Jowl, the free throw shooting woes continue, just 4 of 9, so under 50% in that first half. They scored 10 in the first, and they get 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 17. But your second quarter stats, Jowl had 3 trips to the line, 6 shots on goal, 1 of 6 from the free throw line, and they trail by 3. So that's the numbers in the first half, Dawn. So what did you see for the Lady Panthers there?
Jowl trails by 4.
That's true. They 21-17. Sorry.
Right. Yeah, there you go. I did the 3 and the 4 mix up a little earlier in the game. Now your turn. So
that's right, because there was there was that last second free throw.
I see Jowl doing a good work on the court. They have really good. They have high basketball IQ. Well coached. They're they know the mechanics very well. They're making good transitions. Their speed is good. They're there. They're rebounding, well. But they're just sometimes the execution, just isn't quite there. And that is denying them a chance to make more points, put more points on the board. They're giving away, some points and leaving some points out there. And in a game this close, that's we talked beforehand, but some things that you'd noticed in the games and the first 2 games in this tournament, that if they didn't clean up, and they've done a good job apparently of cleaning some of that up. I think sometimes when you're playing a team that's you play down instead of up, and Magdalena is a good team, and these teams are challenging each other, I think. And Jowl just has a few things, to kind of to work on to finish, so they can try to get those points back and then some. And if they'll do that, then they can get that. But they're going to have to come out in the third quarter and work on getting those points back, getting out of the hole. They can't afford to let Magdalena stretch out that lead on them, because it's every 2 points that they're behind, it's going to feel like it's 10, and it may take them a lot of time, if they're not executing well, to be able to get those points back, and they could never catch up, and we don't want to see that. We want to see them come out, catch up, clean up some of those things, and really capitalize on the fact that the mechanics of the game are very sound. And all they need to do is just capitalize and finish those shots, as you mentioned earlier. Give themselves more opportunities to score and go ahead and finish when they take those opportunities.
Just a 2-possession ball game at the half. 21-17 is the score, with Magdalena in the lead over the Lady Panthers. Championship of the 7th annual Panther Invitational, the girls division. Of course, coming up about 15-20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, we will have the third-place boys game. The Jal Panthers taking on New Mexico Military. Both those squads out warming up a few minutes ago.
You know, I think looking back, the points that Jal has left out on the court from free throws alone would actually put them back on top of this game. And,
yes, it would.
Right? Yeah.
Yep, they've missed 5.
So there you go. If you look at
they're down by 4,
things,
they've missed 5.
There you go. So that's just one area that they could,
Of course, you could turn that around and say Magdalena could be up because they've missed 5. They've missed 5 at the free throw line too.
That's very true. Each team, got some shooting woes and got some free throw shooting woes as well. But it's going to be an interesting second half of this game because both of these teams, I think, are motivated. They look like they want to win. It's just who's going to be able to put a more consistent product out on that court in that second half and come away with a W. We'll see.
We certainly will. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the start of that second half as Lady Panther basketball continues in a moment.
Iron Horse Sports Grill is now open. Burgers, wings, steaks, salads, pastas, oysters, and tons more, all delish. Check out their full online menu on Facebook under Iron Horse Sports Grill. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For takeout orders, just call 395-2109. That's 395-2109. Iron Horse Sports Grill, a taste you'll remember. 204 East Kansas Avenue.
And welcome back to Jal Panther, Lady Panther basketball. So we are underway in the third quarter as Canada Denegro will take it on the inbound. She'll hand it off to Cleveland. Picks up the dribble, back off Canada Denegro in the left corner and rattles it home for 3. Just like that, Canada Denegro with now 14 points in the ball game. And the Lady Steers strike first here in the second half. To Rivera, flash it out to Darden. Now they'll work it around. Rodriguez bobbles, throws across court to Lujan. Thinks about the 3, then takes it into the high post. Underhands it to Nieto. Tries to split through 2, can't. Bad pass. It is loose on the court, and we'll have a jump ball called. It'll stay Jal basketball.
Again, both teams out hustling, working, firing, fighting, doing well. But Jal's got to work on keeping hold of the ball, not giving it away.
And now trailing 24-17. Cannot have an empty possession here. Bounce it in to Nieto, then bounce it back to Darden. Around to Lujan, who directs traffic over from the far side of the court. Coming near side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, long cross-court pass to Darden. Thinks about the 3 is 2. Lady Steers get to her quickly. Bounce it to the right baseline. Shot up, no good, but a foul as Rivera heads back to the line as they are going to get Mirabal for her 4th personal. She's going to have to sit.
Yeah, she was in place. Rivera was in a good spot. She was in place and ready to try to put up that ball. It didn't fall, but she does have a chance here at the free throw line to make up for that.
So Rivera at the line puts up the first, and it is good.
Great.
So now she's got 2 points in the ball game, both from the stripe. So gets the first and gets Jal back to within 6. So second one on the way, and that one falls off. And off of the tip, battle for the rebound. Coming over and picking that one up will be Rodriguez. She battled for it, got it. Now to Lujan. Takes it to the left block, and then a bad pass into the middle. That'll be turnover number 12 for the Lady Panthers.
She was on the way down to the court, when she
Magdalena back. Canada Negro goes through on the left baseline and flashes up and in. She's got 16 in the ball game. Now 26-18, an 8-point lead, biggest of the ball game for either team. Darden out to Rodriguez, then around to Lujan. Thinks about the 3. Bruton gets to her quickly. Now back around to Rodriguez. They'll keep working it around. Lady Panthers trailing. Lujan. Long cross-court pass to Darden. So far, Magdalena's doing a pretty good job keeping Jal from going towards the hoop and attacking. Jal just going to play, look for an opening. Just moving it around the perimeter at this point, not really forcing Magdalena's defense to have to move just a whole lot.
Now they're cycling 2
and
players.
They'll get it into Nieto, and she'll flash through on the right lane. Shot up, no good. She gets her own rebound. She'll turn around, put a shot up, and it won't fall, but she's going to be fouled.
As they Jal managed to get Rivera and Nieto, free and down around the basket, and Nieto. Again, sometimes these Jal girls are missing the hoops, but if they can make up the points at the free throw line, then they're good.
Shot
That's
up,
great.
And it is good. 10 points now from Aaron Nieto. And the Lady Panthers are back to within 7.
Got to
Trying to
dig
get
out,
this
dig
back.
out. Yep.
Trying to get it back to a 2-possession ball game. Second one on the way for Nieto, and it is good.
Beautiful.
26-20, the Lady Panthers trail, and Coach Simmons takes the timeout. Is just a 30, so we'll keep it right here. Say a big thanks to our friends at Panther Energy, Mamacita's Restaurant, Jowl Public Schools, Iron Horse Grill, Woolworth Community Library, Fulco Trucking, and El Rinconito Enchilada, making Panther and Lady Panther sports possible here on the Jowl Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103. Please subscribe to that YouTube channel, by the way. We would certainly appreciate that, and we appreciate those sponsors who make it possible for us to do this and never have to charge and never have to beg you for donations. She's Dawn Morgan. I'm TJ Miracle. Tiffany V keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Halftime in the back gym, and the Eunice Lady Cardinals were handling the Mesilla Valley Lady Sunblazers. I think they were up by about 15 at the half there. That's on Eunice Sports YouTube right now. So out of the Jowl timeout, it'll be Bruton into the front court, tossing over to Cleveland. Was a little bit off kilter, so has to just move it back. And now it'll be Bruton for the three in the left corner, and it is good. They gave her a little room. She made them pay. She's got 5 in the ball game. So now 29-20, a biggest lead of the ball game, and another bad pass and a turnover for the Lady Panthers. That's their 13th time giving it back the other way. Only 7 turnovers for Magdalena.
Yep. It's one of the areas, turnovers and missed free throw points. A couple of the things that have kept Jowl down in this game.
Gabinonegro into the middle to Bruton, and turnaround jumper, no good, and it'll be Rivera with her 5th board of the ball game. Thing I have noticed on defense, well, we'll talk about that when we set up here in just a minute. The Lady Panthers have not been putting on a lot of full court or even backcourt defense
Pressure.
in this game. They did a lot in the first 2 games.
Right.
Darden into the deep right corner. He works against Apachito. Now they'll swing it around to Rodriguez as Bruton picks her up quickly. Lujan to Rodriguez, then into the middle with Nieto. That one going to get tipped and out, and last touch they're going to say by Rivera, and that'll be turnover number 14 for the Lady Panthers.
Ouch.
That is an ouch. Now they are going to put a little backcourt pressure on, the trap pressure, and take
nice.
it away.
Good
Nice job by Darden, and she'll drive hard in, and they are going to call the block foul, and Darden will head to the line for 2.
Wow, which is a good thing. Her elbow came up. I don't think she meant to throw it, but just as she got to the Magdalena player, her elbow came up, and I kind of
Gabinonegro up,
got
and
her
she's not feeling too good.
Yeah, I think it got her in the throat or the chin.
So Gabinonegro gets the foul, and she gets to spend a little time on the court. Looks like Coach Olney will be sending somebody in for her as Darden at the line. Her first trip to the free throw line. And puts it up and down. Her first points of the ball game.
Yeah, good time for it.
Gabinonegro out, Vicente in for Magdalena. So 29-21, back to an 8-point Magdalena lead. And Darden's second one, that one is going to be off the mark, but she gets her own rebound. So Jowl will reset with Lujan, backs it between the rings, now flashes over near side to Rodriguez. Tossing over to Darden, WNBA 3 left slot. That one is off the mark, and Rodriguez with the rebound for the Lady Panthers.
Good offensive
Bouncing
rebound.
inside to Nieto in the right lane and up and in.
Nice, good give and go, and a nice assist there by Rodriguez.
29-23, timeout going to be taken by Coach Olney. And actually, it will be by the Jowl Lady Panthers. It will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Jowl trailing Magdalena 29-23. Back in a minute here on Jowl Sports YouTube.
The Woolworth Community Library is a proud supporter of the Jowl Panthers. They are excited to have their kids back into schools and in sports, all while staying safe. The Woolworth Library staff encourages you to swing by the library and check out all of the cool stuff just for kids. Great reads for all ages. Call 575-395-3268 for library hours and online resources. The Woolworth Library, a proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
The staff of the Jowl Public School District is proud of their Jowl Panthers. Those late practices, hard work, and dedication paid off. Go Panthers! Jowl schools have continually provided a quality education and safe environment for the students. Jowl Public School System is on the move. Are you ready? Jowl Public Schools, another proud sponsor of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Back here at Panther Gym, the timeout taken as the Lady Panthers have mounted a bit of a comeback, cut it back down to 6. So just a 2-possession ball game, and it'll be Magdalena basketball as we get back to it with 4.5 to go here in the third. Waiting and trying to get it in, and right at the 5 count, Cleveland will toss it in. She'll get it right back from Torres. Then they'll push it into the front court with Apachito. Apachito back to Cleveland. She'll come near side. 3 ball on the way, and that one is off the mark, but it'll be Bruton tracking it down for her 6th board of the ball game. Inside to Torres. She'll have to throw it out. Bruton now from the right corner. That one off the mark, and Mayra Nieto gets popped in the back of the head, but will have her 5th rebound. Throws it over, and Lujan skies up over Cleveland to get it. Lujan will drive towards the rack, no good, and it'll be Apachito with her 1st rebound of the ball game. Magdalena wants to run it back the other way as the Lady Panthers drop back in D. Moving around is Cleveland, giving her a little bit of room is Darden. To Bruton, into Torres. Torres going to back it up and then flash it over to Vicente. Now back to Bruton as Rodriguez gets to her quickly. Magdalena taking their time, not forcing it, and then they'll call the double dribble on Magdalena. Their 1st turnover of the second half, 8th overall in the ballgame, 3:38 remaining here in the third, a 29-23 Lady Steer lead. So to the front court with Lujan. Off of the inbound from Darden. Darden gets it back in front of the Lady Panther bench. Then back to Lujan. She'll drive in on to the left block, put a high one off the glass, and Vicente will have her 3rd board of the ball game. Empty possessions. Gabanegro back in to Vicente, to Torres. Back to Gabanegro to Cleveland. Flashing around to Vicente, then into Apachito. Back to Vicente, right wing for 3 on the way. And off the tip, it'll be a rebound for Lujan. That'll be her 4th. Make that her 5th. Bounce it over
nice.
to Rivera. Nice little backdoor cut, but comes up empty. And the rebound by Nieto, and she's going to be fouled. And they are going to call that one on Apachito. That'll be her 4th personal, 4th team foul on Magdalena. Got to cash in from the free throw line here. So Nieto at the line with Jal trailing by 6. The first is up and no good.
That's so tough to see. It went halfway down and popped back up and spun out off the rim. That's just
looked like
just
one of
got
those
robbed.
Looked like one of those things. Remember at the grocery store, you drop the quarter in the little plastic
Right.
funnel and it would spin around. That's kind of what that looked like.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you couldn't practice to do that. You
couldn't do it if you were trying.
That's
yeah.
right. You should get style points for that.
Second one is up, and that one nothing but the bottom of the strings. So 29-24, still a 2-possession ball game for Magdalena. Little backcourt pressure now, and yep, they're going to get Rodriguez for the foul. That one is Charisma bumped into Cleveland, so that'll be her 1st personal. Just the 1st team foul on Jal here in the second half. So plenty of those to give. Ganadinegro will take the inbound. Jal drops back, 1-2-2 zone look. Around to Bruton, then into the corner with Cleveland. Cleveland to Bruton, then to Ganadinegro. Ganadinegro to Bruton. Again, they're taking their time. Out of Vicente, long cross-court pass, then into the deep left corner. Cleveland drives left baseline, puts up an off-balance floater, no good, and the rebound by Vicente, her 4th. She'll fade away from 10. That one not going to work, and Nieto has her 7th board of the ball game.
So 2 looks at the basket, and then Nieto with a good rebound there. And Jal needs to make those points as soon as they can.
Yes, they do. They'll get it to Rivera. She flashes through the left lane.
Beautiful.
And the windmill shot off the glass is good.
Nice.
Rivera now with 4 points, and Jal back to within 3. 29-26 the score.
Nice assist and work by Nieto as well.
Under 2 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland to Ganadinegro. Back out to Bruton between the rings. Lujan giving her just a little bit of room. They'll flash it over to Cleveland back and work it around. Ganadinegro to Bruton. And the high inlet pass. We got a new player in the ball game for Magdalena, and then we'll have a whistle sound, and they're going to call jump ball. As into the ball game will be Caselyn Bennett. Pardon me, that was Brooke Anderson, who was in and now is out. As timeout on the court while Nikes get tightened up out there by Charisma Rodriguez, so she's ready to go now. So the inbound upcoming from Cleveland directs traffic, and they are going to call the 5-second there. Good job by the Lady Panthers D to cover everybody up and keep Cleveland from finding anybody open. 9th turnover for Magdalena.
Yeah, excellent. Now just a 3-point lead, and Jowl can erase that right here.
Yes, they can. They are not a great three-point shooting team. They can when they need to. Toss it over to Ramirez for three. Rodriguez, and bang, Charisma Rodriguez. You wanted the three, you got the three, and we got a brand new ball game with $1:15 to go here in the quarter. And then a foul going to get called. They're going to call the push foul.
I think on
Rodriguez. Or was it on 12? Nope, they're going to get it on
okay.
Darden. That'll be her second personal.
21.
Just the second team foul. And it'll stay Magdalena basketball as Butts will come in for Nieto, who will take a breather. All tied at 29 apiece. Championship game of the Panther Invitational. Inbound comes to Bruton. She'll get it to Ganadinegro, who will flash it through. And then a bad foul on Butts. Just a push from behind on Vicente. So John will pick up her second personal. That will be the third team foul on the Lady Panthers. And it'll put Vicente at the line where she's 2 of 2. First one is up, and it is down. She's got 3 points in the ball game and will put Magdalena back up by a point, 30-29 with 66 seconds remaining here in the third. Second one is up, and it is good. So 32-31, I should say, 29. Lady Panthers trailing. Rodriguez to the front court, weaves through the black-clad traffic, and then it'll be Cleveland who will tie up Rodriguez. Possession arrow stays with the Lady Panthers. She just flashed through and grabbed that ball as Jowl got just a touch lackadaisical bringing it up, and they paid for it. So back to Darden, then near side to Lujan. Lujan picks up the dribble, just has to push kind of a weak one to the far side. Darden bouncing it to the baseline with Butts. Now out to Lujan as Cleveland picks her up quickly. Long cross-court pass, Rodriguez. Takes it to the right base, but picks up the dribble. Now to Darden, has to leap to get it over to Lujan. Thinks about the three, then flashes through the left lane. High off the glass, no good. And the rebound going to be brought down by Rivera and then back up and in.
Yeah, what a great offensive rebound and the putback, and now
tied at 31 apiece, 20 seconds remaining here in the third. Cleveland for three in the right slot. It is off the mark, and the rebound by Darden. That'll be her third. She'll throw the outlet pass down to Lujan. Lujan to Rivera, left glass and up and in, and the Lady Panthers have their first lead since early in the first quarter, 33-31.
That's how you do it.
Ganadinegro bouncing it to Cleveland. Back to Ganadinegro at the buzzer for three, off the mark, and we go to the fourth and final quarter. Jowl 33, Magdalena 31. We got a good one. Don't miss it. Fourth quarter on the way from Lovington Sports YouTube. Jowl Sports YouTube. Old Habits and HobbsAmerica.com from Kicks 103.
Mamacitas in Jowl has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jowl, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jowl, is a proud supporter of the Jowl community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jowl Panthers and proud of all the Jowl students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jowl, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Back here at Panther Gym, the Lady Panthers mounting a comeback and taking the lead going into the fourth quarter. Still anybody's game, 33-31. It is Jowl basketball and Jowl in the lead. I'm TJ Miracle with Dawn Morgan. Actually, it'll be Magdalena basketball. So 16 points in the quarter for the Lady Panthers, and the 2-point lead. Can they hang on to claim the championship belt? It's not a trophy anymore. It is a belt. And it'll be a bad pass. That'll be the 10th turnover for Magdalena. Rodriguez off the turnover in the transition. Up and in. 7 points for Charisma Rodriguez.
Nice to see her finish that shot as well off the turnover.
4-point lead for the Lady Panthers. That ties their biggest of the ball game. At one point, they were down by 9. And so it'll be Magdalena into the left corner. Shot up, no good, and they'll just screen it out, let it go out. Jowl basketball.
Yeah,
Magdalena, though, was wide open, just misfired.
Yeah, Rivera with a nice job letting that one go. One touch, and it would have been Magdalena's ball.
Yes, it would have been. So it'll be Darden. She'll inbound it to Lujan. 7.5 remaining in the contest. 4-point Lady Panther lead. Fastball underneath and trying to save it is Nieto. She cannot. That'll be the 15th turnover for the Lady Panthers. So the teams, wasn't a turnover for Magdalena, but kind of works the same. Both teams coming up empty on their opening possessions is what I'm getting at. Off the tip, that'll be a turnover as the backcourt pressure finally paying off for the Lady Panthers.
Yeah.
Nieto to the line. Rivera on the bounce and up and in. 10 points for Natalia Rivera. She's got 9 points in the quarter, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Olney as Jowl takes the 37-31 lead with 7:12 remaining here in the contest. It'll just be a 30, so we will keep it right here.
Yeah, nice round of applause and standing O there for a lot of Jowl fans watching that big swing. I mean, you mentioned Jowl down by 9 points at one point. Now, you know, they're up by 6. That's a big swing. That's a big comeback. And, of course, Magdalena wanting to kind of chill things down a little bit and slow Jowl their momentum down here. Talk about it and regroup. Jowl just wants to keep playing like their hair is on fire and keep this up. They'd like to stretch that out. Magdalena has shown that they can come back, you know, pretty quickly. So Jowl's got to keep their feet on the gas here.
Yes, they do, as they are in the lead, but we've still got 7:12 remaining, and 6 points isn't nearly enough. So out of the Magdalena timeout, it'll be Cleveland on the inbound. Jowl will go with the backcourt man pressure. They'll flash it in again at Negro. They try and trap her up. She'll take it on the baseline, comes near side in front of the Jowl bench. Still trapped up, now uses up her dribble, throws it over. Ball loose on the court. Negro gets it back. Now she's got room to run. She'll flash it into the offensive zone for the Lady Steers. Tossing it over into the corner. Apachito picks up the dribble, needs some help. Gets it from Cleveland, back around. Winds up in the hands of Cleveland. Deep left corner for 3. That one is off the mark. And they've got Mirabal back in. She'll get the rebound, but then she gets tied up by Rivera, and the possession arrow goes to Jowl.
Yeah, nice work. Jowl made a good transition down the court into defense, and then a good job by Rivera to tie that ball up.
Lujan to the front court. Will scoop it over towards Darden. Now they'll work it around. Lujan working against Mirabal. Then to Rodriguez as Apachito picks her up. Keeps swinging it around. Darden and Mirabal giving her some room. Bounce pass to Rivera on the right base. She'll flash through and scoop it in.
Yeah, beautiful.
She only had 1 point in the first half. She's got 10 in the second, and they are biggies.
A good assist, too, on that bounce pass in the lane. Nice.
Cleveland on the spin move as Darden gets to her. Negro pushes it into the high post, then they'll work it back around to Cleveland. Negro left wing for 3, and it is good.
Boy, that's a beautiful shot.
19 points, Gemma Negro.
Good credit where credit's due, but Jowl on the upswing here.
39-34, Panthers in the lead. 5:54 remaining in the tournament. To Lujan on the near side as Navarrete prepares to check in. Darden tossing it to Nieto. Back to Darden. 3 from the left wing, and that one is off the mark. Mirabal will have her 4th rebound. She has been hampered today. She's one of their better players, but been hampered by foul trouble. Into the front court. Cleveland. Nifty little fake, takes it on, and then she is going to get blocked, and it'll wind up in the hands of Rivera. Another turnover, but then turning it right back over, and a foul going to be called on Rivera as Negro took it away from her and then flashes to the basket. So that'll be the 3rd personal on Rivera. First team foul in the quarter on the Lady Panthers. And so Negro with 19 heads to the line to try and cut into Jowl's lead.
We got Navarrete and Butts ready to check in for Jowl as Rodriguez and Rivera come out. Rivera turned around and she was like, I need a breather, coach. She kind of pointed to her chest like, man.
20 points in the ballgame for Negro. She has kept her squad in it. Second one is up, and it is good. 21 for Negro, leads all scorers in the ballgame. 39-36, just a 3-point Lady Panther lead. Would you expect anything different the way this one's been going? Back and forth affair to the front court. Yep, they're going to get Lujan for the overhand. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, she took it and palmed it.
Yep.
So that'll be turnover number 17 for the Lady Panthers. Give it back to Magdalena. A one-possession Lady Panther lead, 39-36. 5:14 remaining.
A lot of basketball left to play.
Ganadinegro will bounce it over to Mirabal, who will flash it over to Apachito. Now to Bruton. Bruton back to Ganadinegro, then into the corner with Cleveland. Cleveland long cross-court pass. They are trying to work the open shot here. 4:55 remaining in the contest. 3-point Lady Panther lead. Cleveland picks up the dribble to Ganadinegro. Cycles it from the left to the right and bouncing back to Mirabal. The high inlet pass to Apachito. Back out to Mirabal. Top of the arc. It is an air ball, but right into the hands of Cleveland, who picks up the dribble top of the arc. She'll have to bounce it over to Mirabal, then onto the right block. Getting it over to Bruton, almost a foul. Now from the left wing, and three up and down by Cleveland. She's got 7, and we are tied again with 4:25 to go. 39 apiece on the board. Then a little bit lackadaisical and a battle in front of the Magdalena bench. Out of bounds, last touch by Jowl, and that'll be another Lady Panther turnover. Not the right time to get those.
Yeah, I hate to see that after working so hard.
Actually, they call the foul on the Lady Panthers, so that's injury to insult, as they are going to tag Lujan for her 3rd personal. And that will be the 2nd team foul on Jowl.
And she will come out, and Butts and Rodriguez.
Butts and Darden are out.
And, Rodriguez comes back in.
As Rivera and Rodriguez back in. Ganadinegro to Bruton. Bruton takes it from the left to the right, all tied at 39. Halfway to go here in the 4th and final quarter. Flash it across. The little head fake, Ganadinegro. Lujan gives her a little space now. Back over to Bruton. Clock continues to move. Under 4 minutes remaining in regulation. Back over to Cleveland to Ganadinegro, left corner for 3, and it is good. She had the room. She took it. She's got 24 in the ball game. Now 40-39. Magdalena has gone back up in this one. So to Lujan. Flashing over. Rodriguez left wing for 3. That one is off the mark, and it'll be Cleveland with her 3rd board of the ball game. Just keeps it herself, pushes forward. Ganadinegro takes it to the left baseline, weaves through, puts up a wild shot, no good, and it'll be Nieto with her 8th rebound of the ball game. Nieto runs the transition back down, tries to take it in, gets stripped out, loses the basketball, back on the floor. Magdalena pushing it back the other way. Ganadinegro goes in, and before she gets the foul, gives it off to Bruton, who was with her. And that'll be a score, and Magdalena back up by 5. Coach Simmons, now might not be a terrible time to take a timeout.
Right.
45-39, back up to a 5-point Magdalena lead. Jowl at one point was down by 9. They chipped it away, got up by 6, and now we flipped back the other way.
And it felt like they worked so hard to get that lead, and now it's gone.
2:45 remaining, 2-possession ball game. Nieto flashing it around. 3 on the way for Navarrete. It is short and out, air ball, and back over to Magdalena. As buzzer on the court. Yep, we've got Lujan lacing up the Nikes. Yep. Right. As Navarrete out, Darden back in for the last 2:39 of this one, and a 5-point Lady Panther deficit. The Eunice Lady Cardinals game must be over. I would be willing to bet they won.
I think you said they were up big at one
big,
point, right?
So yeah, I'd be willing to bet they won. I saw Coach Frazier over there. So, and it'll be a steal for the Lady Panthers, forcing the turnover. Nieto keeps it herself, comes down, puts it up, count the bucket and the foul.
Nice
Mayra
work.
Nieto with 16, and she'll go for the and one.
Good move.
And they will call that one on Ganadinegro. That'll be her 3rd personal, just the first team foul on Magdalena. And so Nieto at the line for the and one to make this a 1-possession ball game.
Apachito comes out, Torres comes in the right block for Magdalena.
So at the line, Nieto eyes it, skies it, and good.
Nice.
17 points, and then a timeout taken by Coach Simmons. So we've got 2:13 remaining in the ball game. It is Magdalena 44, Jowl 42. Lady Panther basketball back in a minute.
¿Antojo de un sabor auténtico? Ven a probar lo mejor en el Rinconcito Enchilado, en Ya Nuevo México, anexo a la oficina del correo. Deleítate con sus ricas quesibirrias, tacos, de tripitas y variedad de guisos, hasta flautas ahogadas, chile rellenos, al pastor, carne asada, delicioso asado, chile verde y hasta papas fritas con brisket barbecue. Todos los domingos, rico menudo. Abrimos de lunes a viernes de 6 de la mañana a 3 de la tarde y domingos de 6 de la mañana a 2 de la tarde. Sábados cerrados. Te esperamos en el Rinconcito Enchilado, donde cada bocado sabe a casa. Llámanos al 575-395-3449. Los esperamos. Buen provecho.
And back here at Panther Gym, the championship round of the 7th annual Lady Panther Invitational. We've got a good one. Jowl trailing Magdalena right now, 44-42. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle, 2:12 remaining in the contest. Still anybody's ball game in a back-and-forth affair for the championship belt. It's not a trophy anymore. It is a belt.
As we saw, both the championship belt for the boys at JV, the Hobbs JV, they took that, and then there was slightly smaller second place belt.
There was
still good size.
There was a second place belt.
I think there was a second place belt.
I did not see that.
Yeah, I think it was.
So it'll be Magdalena basketball as we get back to it. And a steal for the Jowl Lady Panthers coming back down. Rivera off the steal and cashing in. We are tied again.
Wow, beautiful move there, beautiful move. And nice to see her finish that after on the steal. That second time she's done that, taking it coast to coast.
Who's going to win the last 145 of this one? That's the question now. All tied at 44. Canada Negro to Cleveland. Get a little bump, no call. The faithful not happy about it. Canada Negro off the back door, left baseline and up and in. Canada Negro has kept Magdalena in this one. They lead 46-44. To Rivera. She'll take it on the right base. It is a wild shot. She'll get her own rebounder. Put back, though, not going to fall. And the ball loose on the court. And finally, coming away with it, it'll be Canada Negro. That's her first board of the ball game. She's got like 90 points, but 1 rebound. Hand it off to Cleveland with 1 minute to go and a 2-point Cleveland lead underneath. And that will be a foul as Mirabal will head to the line. As bodies crashing to the floor, I think they're going to tag, actually they're going to get Nieto for that one, her 4th personal. 3rd team foul on the Lady Panthers.
She got caught up in that collision.
So Mirabal 0 for 2 from the free throw line. And shouldn't have said that because now she's 1 for 2 and puts it up by a 3-point lead. She gets this one. It's a 2-possession ball game with just a minute to go. Mirabal's second is up, and she gets them both. It's a 4-point lead. It's 1 in some universes, but it's really a 2-possession ball game. Jowl cannot afford to spend any time. They've got to find some room. Work it around. That'll be Lujan. Goes against Mirabal, pushing it over. Rodriguez, right wing for 3. It is off the mark. Mirabal has her 5th rebound of the ball game, and you've got to think Magdalena at this point just going to try and dribble things out. 42 seconds to go. 4-point lead for Magdalena. This has been a good one. As trying to get the foul, and finally they will. Lujan will have her 4th personal. Jowl had still 2 foul to gives, though. And so 35 seconds to go. It doesn't become a free throw shooting contest until the next foul, but you're going to, if you can't steal the inbound, you're going to have to foul very quickly to have any time at all. And a battle for the inbound, and finally Canada Negro, and Lujan trying to push. Lujan's got 4 personals. I'm not sure I keep Lujan in there for that. It'll be a hold on Lujan, and that'll do it for her. She will foul out of this ball game. No, that'll just be her 4th. I had her with 5, and
but
she comes over.
Come out.
She comes over and shakes the hand. So, yep, they just put the 5th on the board.
Peyton Lujan will go in her stead. Yep.
Canada Negro at the line to try and put this one almost out of reach. And her first one is up, and it is good. She is 6 of 7 from the free throw line, and now 49-44. So trying to make it a 2-3 ball possession ball game, and she will.
That's a tall order.
Ramirez will come in, and then a timeout going to be taken on the floor, this time by Magdalena. And it will be a full 28 seconds to go. Magdalena up by 6. Lady Panther basketball back in a minute.
Mamacitas in Jal has a broad selection of specials. Try the Mexican food, asado, tamales, enchiladas, and so much more. At Mamacitas, you can have it all. Mexican food, donuts, and a steamy cup of coffee at the coffee shop. Mamacitas has authentic Mexican food from the heart of good old Jal, New Mexico. Mamacitas, 301 South Main in Jal, is a proud supporter of the Jal community.
Panther Energy is excited for the Jal Panthers and proud of all the Jal students' great success this year. Panther Energy is your one stop for construction, dirt work, and environmental remediation. Panther Energy, 1179 South 3rd Street in Jal, or call 575-395-2654, 575-395-2654 for more information. Panther Energy, a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
The Jal Panthers have their backs against the wall. They trail by 6 with 28 seconds to go. Championship of the girls bracket of the Panther Invitational. With Dawn Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle. As Darden will toss it in to Ramirez. 26 seconds to go. They've got to set up a 3-ball here pretty quick, or they've got to be able to flash over to the basket and get the foul as Rivera goes in and puts up a wild shot, no call, and it will be Magdalena basketball. So you've got to steal the inbound here as Lujan will check in.
As Butts goes in and Peyton Lujan as well.
So Magdalena pretty much just going to try and dribble this one out as they will toss that in. Gabadanegro, they try and block her up in the backcourt. They'll get it forward, and then Rivera will throw the shoulder shiver in. Oh, no, they are going to say it no foul. They're actually going to call, it's not a 10-second violation, so I don't know. Anyway, it'll be a turnover, and Jal will wind up with the basketball. Jonna Butts with it. She'll pull the three-point trigger. That one is off the mark. Gabadanegro with her second rebound of the ballgame with 2 with 1, and that will do it. Magdalena is victorious by a final score of 50-44. The Lady Panthers just not able to complete the comeback. So exciting game, but really at the end of this one, you were going to draw this one up as the Gabadanegro tournament as she winds up. Let's see, that is, I got to do math right quick, which is never good. That is 22, 24, 28 points for Gemma Gabadanegro of the 50 on the board. She had more than half of them, and she was the only Lady Steer in double figures, but a lot for the Lady Panthers to be proud of here, Dawn.
Yeah, definitely. They played well, had a good game. They came back. You know, they proved they could come back from behind, fight, and get back in front, and then they just, ran out of firepower. So it's still, good show, good tournament for them, and they play on, and they take a lot of good experience out of this tournament with them moving on, and it's all about district next.
Well, it certainly is. So we will wrap this one up and be right back in just about 15-20 minutes for the boys game as they take on Nimi in the third place game here at the Jal Panther Invitational. So we will take the timeout and change broadcasts and scoreboard. Be in a few for the boys game.